Welcome to Autism in Black Live. We are rooted in advocacy, not fear, rooted in truth, not stigma. Here, we center Black autistic voices, uplift Black families, and build spaces that are affirming, unapologetic, and full of joy. Whether you are a parent, professional, or autistic adult, this is your space. Together, we break down barriers and build up community. So grab your seat at the table. We're just getting started.
Hey, what's going on, AIB community? Yours truly, Dr.
Hi, everyone. We're having a little issue with Dr. Barry. Let me fix what I'm looking at. Give me 1 second until he fixes himself. There we go. Hi, everyone. It's Maria Davis-Pierre, CEO and founder of Autism in Black. And I will be here with my husband. Hopefully he gets his internet fixed. Let me see. I see him down there. Let me see if his internet's working now. As soon as he gets his internet working, I will bring him up. But here we are with our Vision to Venue series, where we give you a behind-the-scenes look at what it takes to take our vision and bring it to the venue for our 6th annual Autism in Black conference, happening April 17th through the 19th. So you can join us here in West Palm Beach, Florida, or virtually from anywhere that you want to be. So at this time, we know that I usually kick it off to my husband. So go ahead and introduce yourself and let us know the YouTube updates, Dr. Barry.
What's going on, AIB community? Yours truly, Dr. Barry Pierre. We're coming back for a second time around. Like I started and then I got kicked out. Co-founder of Autism in Black, getting ready for the 6th annual Autism in Black conference, April 17th and 19th. And if this is your first time catching a series, we post all of our episodes on our YouTube channel. The link is in that link that's kind of scrolling across from us. All the episodes are there. We put a call out to our AV community, say, hey, get us to 1,000 subscribers. Now, Maria got like 30,000 people who follow her on IG, like another 20 who follow her on Facebook. We only asking for like a portion of y'all to head over to the YouTube page, press that subscribe button. So go ahead and do that ASAP. Hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell. So when we go live or when Maria posts her podcast or the Mindful Mondays, you are fully aware of the visual representation going on in AIB.
Thank you, Dr. Barry. And as we are live, if you're watching on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube, communicate in the chat with us. Drop down where you're tuning in from, if you got your tickets yet or not, because price does go up April 1st on those tickets, so you want to be getting them. And yesterday, I had a miscount on the VIP tickets. We actually only have 5 left. So if you are wanting to join us in person for VIP, we only have 5 in-person VIP tickets left and 4 vendor spots left. And you can go to that website scrolling across to secure your ticket and your vendor booth. We have somebody watching from California. Hi, Jess, watching from California. Always holding us down. So if you haven't joined us before, our Vision to Venue series, each week we cover a topic. This week we have been covering finances and budgeting, which can be a taboo topic for a lot of people, but as business owners, it's something we have to be extremely realistic with. And on Thursdays, we do marketing. So we're going to talk about how we market the conference. We talked some yesterday about social media marketing and our budget for social media marketing, but we're going to talk about how we market the conference today. We're going to talk about how we kind of balance the marketing and growth of what we're doing, because we know that with our community, a lot of that matters, right? So we're going to jump into that. We have Faith tuning in from North Carolina. Hi, Faith. How are you doing? So you want to start, Dr. Berry, or?
Yeah. So first of all, especially for those who are checking in from here, North Carolina, California, question I want to know, especially obviously we're talking about marketing today, is have you seen one of our ads, or were you already following Autism in Black or Maria prior to? I always want to know that, because we do get some. We're getting a lot of fanfare out west, up north, especially because obviously we're in Florida. Just to make sure, because obviously tomorrow we'll do FAQs. We are in Florida, so I always like to see how people are reaching out for us. So shout out to North Carolina and California for checking in.
Oh, look, we have Jonelle.
Okay.
I hope I'm saying your name right. Who said, "I saw your ad in New York." Yes, we got some special ads for a lot of states here. So Faith said, "Already following and attended past conferences." Shout out to you, Faith. Thank you for holding us down. I appreciate you.
So that means Faith's been getting all them emails. Shout out to the listserv. Shout out to the listserv. Y'all, the listserv holds us down. Obviously, we got to do our work to get out, to the world, right? But the listserv, that we can just press that email and it hit your inbox. We appreciate y'all.
And Miss Jess says, "I personally haven't seen a flyer." So she has not seen one, but we're happy to have you here. Faith said, yes, she's been getting the stuff. Yes, Faith. So thank you for holding us down. We are doing a little different with our marketing this year. So you guys are getting more emails. You're seeing ads that are different. So yeah. Do you want to kick it off, Dr. Berry? I think I have a sneeze coming up.
Yeah, all right. So how are we starting this again? I just want to maybe bless you.
Thank you. We're talking about, I gotta pull my notes up, guys, because to be honest, I was having a little nap before we got on here, because I have a keynote in about 90 minutes that I have to be ready for. Pricing philosophy, revenue.
Yes. So this is especially for those who are rocking with us, been rocking with us. One of I guess the challenges, right? One of the challenges that we have, especially here in AIB, is the audiences that we serve. So for those who know, obviously we kind of started out, talking to like the parents and the families, right? Like that's been our thing. That's when y'all used to, I don't know if y'all remember, y'all probably, it's been a while. There used to be a time where y'all could get Maria, right, to do y'all IEP reviews and everything else. Like it was that early, right? And obviously because she got busy, it grew and she couldn't do the IEPs no more. And as we continued to kind of grow, we started realizing that not only did we need to talk to the families, right? The moms, the dads, right, who just got the diagnosis, because we were kind of in that same boat. We had to kind of turn the camera around, right? Y'all know the front facing camera. We had to turn the camera around because we realized, all right, you know what? There's a lot of organizations who don't really understand what's going on. There's a lot of, governments and city councils. And like, we started realizing like in schools and universities. So we started having to kind of talk to, a couple different audiences, and then there's professionals as well. So as we kind of get into conference mode, that is some of the biggest challenges is recognizing that you have to put a conference on that's going to be able to kind of speak to all three different audiences kind of at the same time, recognizing that not everyone's going to be the happiest with us, right? We know that, right? Yeah, not everyone's gonna be super happy because they're like, "Oh, why you ain't talk more about?" Like, I know because I had to look this way here. So that's always the challenge, right? Getting in here, trying to say, you know what, I have to speak to all three audiences at the time. So then when we get into the marketing phase, then when we get into the ticketing phase, right, trying to have that balance of like, okay, if we were only talking to universities and schools, price would be one thing. If we were only talking to the parents, price would be another thing, because we see y'all frequently ask questions. Price will be another thing. So trying to find that like happy balance of being able to find like, yep, this is the balance here where this is the price I need to charge. One, to be able to put on a great event, to have great speakers, to have great ambiance, safe space, while also, you know, being able to kind of satisfy. And honestly, that's part of the reason why, you know, Maria will tell you, we even branched out and started doing kind of the free summits throughout the year, because
Exactly.
it was like, okay, like we might be leaning more towards our educators and you know, the organizations and the schools and universities, you know, with some of our pricing, but because we understand that there may be a lot of parents and families who really can't partake in the conference, which we understand that. So that's why we go just as hard with all of our summits and the webinars, and you know, obviously Maria's podcast. Like, again, for those who don't know, my wife's podcast typically has a lot of the speakers who be at a lot of our summits and conferences. So if you have not downloaded the #1 Autism in Black autism, you know, I don't want how do we hyperbolize it? Just the #1 autism podcast. I don't know how you want. She's a therapist also. She don't like to be hyperbolic with her things, right? Y'all got ethics.
We're
Y'all got
number
y'all.
one in certain countries. We're number one in Kenya. We're number one in Australia, Sweden, and Switzerland. So we're number one in some countries.
Right.
So I will take that title.
Like, who's in Switzerland? Shout out to the Switzerland. Who is in Switzerland? We don't know. Like, shout out to y'all.
Yeah. We have a very heavy Kenyan following, which I appreciate, y'all, because y'all show up to the summits. Anytime that we're doing something, y'all show me like I'm in Kenya. Thank you for showing up. We appreciate you.
Shout out to Kenya. So I think so that's kind of the philosophy as we kind of start the process of you know, kind of pricing the tickets, pricing the services with the tickets, whether you are a VIP, whether you are a platinum, whether you're doing virtual, whether you're doing in person, when do we raise? Do we raise? So a lot of those thoughts kind of go into it, right? So it's not something that we just kind of willy-nilly say like, oh, we gotta, you know, do this because we want to make millions of dollars, because that, trust me, that don't happen. So like, I don't know. That don't happen. The goal of us is just really like, how can we continue to work and put on such a phenomenal event, you know, while also kind of pricing it the way we need to price it, right? And then we understand that, and y'all know, right, from a psychological standpoint, that, you know, when you put a price to something, like if you value it, you'll kind of do it more, right? Mm-hmm. Versus when it's free, right? Because again, to me, you know, shout out to my summit registrants. We get a lot of summit registrants who don't make it to the actual summit. So we get a lot of people who will register for the summit, but because, you know, the barrier is free, they may not necessarily make it there, which is why I appreciate and love the ones who even still make it there, right? Because there's like, okay, even though this event is free, I'm gonna still give the time to go. Like that's like, those are the ones I go super hard for. So that's some of the, I guess, philosophy as we kind of get into conference mode, ticket pricing, and whatnot. Like that's kind of a big kind of zoomed out approach to it.
Exactly. And then when we get into the balancing of it, as we have been talking about all week, we want to stay out of that red. So we know what our budget is, which we talked about on Tuesday, I believe. And if you haven't seen that episode, our budget is in the 6 figures. So we want to ensure that what we're putting out, we match coming back in. So that as a business, Autism in Black doesn't go belly up. Okay. We don't want that. We don't want Autism in Black to be belly up, because then I can't do anything. Right. So we have to ensure that it's balancing out. So when we have, a food and beverage budget, when we have the sensory room, when there's gifts within the bag, when there's gifts you're getting in your seats when you're coming in, because with the in-person, there's a difference between pricing for in-person general admission and virtual general admission, but you're getting a lot more stuff, and your experience is a little bit more when you're coming in person, right? So those things have to be factored into the ticket pricing. So that is why there's a difference in the ticketing structures. So what else, Barry?
I think when especially when we even when we think about like the types of offers, and you kind of alluded to it, of how do you even separate those who come for regular general admission versus those who come for VIP. And that's where, and honestly, this is where a lot of the budget be happening, right? Where like all of a sudden, like, hey, if you got person who does VIP or platinum, hey, we got to make sure they got some gifts, make sure they get food, make sure their accommodations, make sure they have a priority seated. Y'all know how y'all like, on planes, y'all first class folks like this in the front, right? Like, right. So it just becomes a thing where you're just trying to really, more importantly, stack on the value. So there's an understanding of like, all right, this is what I'm getting out of it, because I know, right, like as long as the value is stacked upon and the value is so high, the price of the ticket is very nominal, right? It'll be like, okay, yeah, but like look at all the stuff I get for this price, and I get an amazing time, and I get to come, especially if you're not from South Florida, and I get to come to South Florida, hopefully when the weather is amazing. So it becomes this kind of value add that you just kind of have to continue to build upon when you are working on a conference, and you're just working on the pricing for that conference, really just to help to kind of get butts to the seat.
It is. And I think for people who've never thrown an event, who have never done an event, if you've done a wedding, you probably understand that there is a cost. And with a wedding, you're probably not getting in what you have put out, right? So understanding that as an organization, we are putting on this event, and no business wants to go bankrupt putting on an event. So that is why there's a cost attached to certain things. And I think some of that gets lost in the sauce when you are thinking of, oh, well, this is a Black-led disability organization. Why should we be paying X amount of dollars for a ticket because our community needs needs this information? And we do agree, right? Which is why we have the summits, the podcast, things of that nature. But when we're doing an event that costs money, we can't do those events for free. That doesn't make sense. Just not gonna make sense, right? So we have to reframe how we see a lot of things to understand why there's a cost to it, because people will be extremely upset. You'll see some in the comments tomorrow, possibly, that
Yes.
people are really upset that there is a cost associated with this conference. And we get it. We understand that this particular event might be out of your budget, but we do several other free events a year, and I have a whole podcast that a lot of the speakers are on, and some of those individuals who are typing, keyboard warriors in those comments, are not checking out the free stuff. When we're having a summit, you're not showing up to the free summit. So this particular event does have a cost attached to it, and we have to abide by that. It's part of the financial structure. It's a part of, what the budgeting is. And with us, we try to make sure the ticket prices are as low as they can be, which is why you see different phases of the tickets, right? If you purchase your ticket last April, the prices that you got, nobody has seen those prices since, right? So if you are a past attendee or you were at the conference, the early bird that you see is a different type of fee, right? And then we go into our early bird phase, and then we are now in regular ticket pricing, and then April 1st we are in that late bird ticket pricing. So there's different phases of how we budget and manage as well. So knowing to get your tickets as early as possible is advantageous as well.
Yeah, what else we got for them for today's episode?
I don't know, Dr. Barry. That's all I got before I start getting into them comments.
Okay.
We were
Obviously we'll hold those for
tomorrow.
tomorrow. But yeah, again, y'all already know the deal, right? April 17th to the 19th. Make sure you have hit that registration button to get your ticket to the 6th annual conference. The link is scrolling above. Or if you're watching this live right now, in fact, even if you're watching a replay, if you in the comments you type the word conference, the things will happen. AI will happen. AI will happen. Get you a message. Get you to the link.
Automation will
Yes.
happen.
Right. It'll be an automated, seamless process.
Even if you type it on any of our posts, it doesn't have to just be a live video. If you type it on any of our posts, you're gonna go. If you type conference, you're getting it, because some of y'all will be you're like, oh, I love this conference, and then you're getting. That's the automation. So
shout out to the automation. Shout out to the automation for sure.
Heart of Autism Inc. says, well, if there's no sponsorship, there must be some cost. If not, there may not be any conference. Logically speaking, Dr. White, thank you, Dr. White. That's how it has to be. And this year, we are definitely seeing a difference with those who can stand on business and sponsor us. There's quite a difference. So, yeah, we have to ensure that our business continues to be a business, because we know now more than ever we're needed as an organization. So, in the grand scheme of things, we want to make sure we're around a long time. And if we are constantly going in the red or having events that are not beneficial to the organization, we can't have it. We can't even serve at some point, because then, I got to go get a different type of job around here. So we want to make sure that I stay in my job as CEO of Autism in Black and president of our foundation. So thank you for that, Dr. White. I appreciate those words. Tomorrow we will be on at 5 p.m., Dr. Barry?
Yep.
I think so.
I'm with it.
Let me check my calendar.
Live again.
Yes, I have a few. I have a doctor's appointment for my eyes tomorrow. Faith says, keep pressing. Your efforts are appreciated. Thank you, Faith. We appreciate that. We are definitely going to keep pushing. We are not going anywhere. We know our community needs us. So we're here for the long run. As long as y'all need us, we need you. We're here. So we appreciate that. We'll be back tomorrow at 5, somewhere in the 5 o'clock realm, to do our Q&A and recap. We have some good comments. We had really kind of was clear on comments for a few Fridays, and something happened this week where people were just like, okay, we're going to bring it back. So we're going to have our comments. Unfortunately, because of how StreamYard does on Instagram, we won't be posting them on the screen, but I will read them for you guys with much dramatic effect for you all. Other than that, me and Dr. Barry have keynotes tonight. I'm speaking for Minnesota Autism Society, and Dr. Barry is speaking, and I think his is public, that you all can join.
Yes, at 8 p.m. 1828 Academy, with our guy Calvin, who is part of the Autism in Black membership community. Right, we are speaking to men, more in particular, young men, and getting their health together. Right, like so we, it's important, very important. Right, so y'all have an amazing day. Appreciate everyone checking in from New York to California, North Carolina, wherever. Love y'all. If y'all have not seen the ad, since y'all commented, y'all probably gonna start seeing ads, because that's how the ad folks work, right? Like, oh, you might wanna. So, like, if you start scrolling on your Instagram or your Facebook, and you're like, or you hit that Google and you're like, oh, let me see what this Autism Black folks be talking about. Boom, it's right there, all about the conference. Get your ticket, April 17th and 19th. Price is going up April 1st, so the count that y'all gonna start seeing the countdown soon. So please, like, go get them.
Go get them. Remember, there's only 5 in-person VIP tickets left and 4 vendor booths left. So we are in the last push. So if that's something that you wanted, please get it, because once they're gone, they are gone. So we're almost to the end of the week, y'all. We'll see y'all tomorrow, Friday, end of the week, for our Q&A recap. So enjoy your Thursday evening, and we'll see you tomorrow.
All right.